I am the administrator at the Jewish Temple at Akdus Shalom congregation years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, with the idea that all of the Jewish organizations would be on one campus. But it finally came to fruition probably a couple of years ago. Having another organization there on a regular basis and the activity, I think that that's always very positive. I think that the new director has really brought some new lifeblood into the organization. They're doing some very positive things, and I think that's good for everybody.
Welcome to my new space that has no furniture. It will in about 3 days.
And how long have you had this job?
I've had this job for 10 months.
What were you doing before that?
I was a volunteer in the community.
Did you work for the Fort Wayne Jewish Federation prior?
I didn't work in a paying job, but I worked as a volunteer for them for probably 15 years. We chose to move to the congregation Akdus Shalom, which is the Reformed Temple. We had at one time tried to work with, there's 2 temples or 2 congregations in Fort Wayne, to bring them under the campus. We'd even looked into purchasing a whole new building that would put both the Federation and the 2 congregations together. That did not work out. So you see the little utility shed out there? We inherited that from Kenai Head Start, which also has its offices here. Not offices, but has a school here. They didn't need it, and we're going to be using that to keep all of our Camp Joe Levine equipment. We run a camp for 3 weeks every summer, and we have never really had a place to store that efficiently. So this one has lots of shelving and will be very, very appropriate for what we need. And all of our old archives and files that we need to keep will be in a storage area in this building that was made for us, but we don't have to live among that storage. It'll be where we can get to it if we need to once or twice a year. But let me start with the disadvantages. The disadvantage would be that it's just really a pain to have to get new phone numbers and get all of your new addresses and get new letterhead, all that. Also, downtown Fort Wayne is starting to get interesting, and we're leaving the downtown area. But this job's not really about that. The advantages of us moving to this site are many. Many federations in the United States are located on a campus with perhaps like a Jewish community center or a congregation. This is located in the old library of a congregation, Akdus Shalom, which has been around for about 165 years. Everybody knows where the temple is. We will finally have a place where we have a marker outside our door, and people will have a presence. We can have meetings here. We can hold conferences here. We are among other agencies here that are Jewish. The area, the entire building is going to be expanding. We'll be right in the middle of it. it is 99% better than where we're coming from. It just seemed like a good move to bring more of a face to the Federation. People here, Jewish people and non-Jewish people, would have heard of the Federation before because of all the programming that we do, or if there had been a person in need, whatever. They knew that we existed, but because we didn't have facilities that were conducive to have any programming there, have any meetings there, we just knew that the Federation had to look at moving. The economic benefits for us for a number of years are only positive. Because we agreed about a year and a half ago to make this move, they are not charging us any rent the first year. They renovated this to our specifications at no charge to us. We signed an agreement for our rent to be what our rent had been at our old location downtown 4 years ago. So it is a win-win situation for us. Our hope is that it will also be a win-win opportunity for the congregation that has done all this work for us.
The Fort Wayne Jewish Federation. I help with programming. I help design and plan programs. I was very supportive of it because the last place was cluttered and hard to get to, and this place is a lot more convenient and around a lot more Jewish people.
Actually, at the time that this move was being considered, I was not in this job or even being considered for this job. I was the president of the congregation, and we were looking at expanding what the congregation was going to do and creating this building and adding on. And it seemed like a very appropriate move for the Jewish Federation to come here because it would be good for the temple, but it would also be very, very good for the Jewish community. So obviously, I was one of the people behind it. I'm very happy about it. And you can see it's built. We have like little receptions here, so we'll have areas that we can hold all the things we need to hold. We've got a new refrigerator, a new microwave. We have a Keurig. We will make ourselves right at home.